Sorry about that, guys. I had music going. Um, I don't need to get spanked, so I just shut it off. So what I'm doing here is adding a little flayed flesh from Citadel to clean up any problems I had. Like on this side, you can see it when I went in with the red. So let's see. I don't know if this is playing. Oh, there it is. Okay. And let me share this. Well, anyway, let me um let me run over here real quick to YouTube. I didn't have it open, sorry. Um I'll pull it off of here, put it on the syndicate. Excuse me. Let's see, where are we at here? Home, view my channel. All right, pop that open. Share this. Copy. Used to be so easy to do this. Still not too bad, but figured I would pop this up in case anybody's out there. Show you what old Smog's up to. Okay, we got that posted there. Really? It's not showing. All right. Let me delete that. I'll tell you, man, it's getting harder and harder to use oh shit, give me a second. To use your streaming services thing because Facebook has a problem with anybody using a different stream other than their own. So I'll just pop it in here, see what happens. If you guys can see it on Facebook, let me know, please. There it is. Just popped up. I miss the old days where it was just so easy. All right, let me go here. Let me pop that in here. Let me get this going here. All right. Sorry about that. I had to do all kinds of jumping around just to get this put in. Jerry, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, just normally I've got the music playing real loud, but I figured it's been a while since I've done anything live. We're going to be doing something in June, right at we got Wonderfest coming up, so some of us will be at Wonderfest. We're going to be doing when we get back in our Way of the Dragon paint up with the boys a bigger version of this, and I'll have all that info on that later. If you want to paint along with us, you can get a hold of ny3dcreations.com to get you one. But we'll have all the information on that after Wonderfest. Because, oh, come on. I was using a Zen brush. This one right here. So you can see I've used the snot out of it. I think this is a 4, and it's starting to flay on me. So I went back to my Raphael 8404s. These are my babies. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Josh, I was gonna try to, you know, capture the stream because you can do that. You can capture the stream code and then embed it into Facebook and all that nonsense. But you know what? The hell with it. I'm not gonna go through all that right now. So anyway, what I'm doing is I'm using a little bit of Screaming Skull. I thought it was Flayed Flesh. I'm sorry, Screaming Skull. And I'm touching up the bones here on the side of the Tyranid. You know, it's not going to stay like this, guys. I still got a lot of work to do. But I'm touching all that up where I got a little carried away with it. So I'm cleaning it up a little bit with a nice sharp point here. And then what I'm going to do, dry this, seal it, and then I'll hit it with a wash. You know, so I'm going to go in with the oils. These things here, these are makeup brushes, guys. These things are indispensable. You know, you can get them on Amazon. They're great for cleaning anything up. They're relatively cheap, you know. But I'm just cleaning up that bone wherever the red, because I was using this here brush, the Zen brush, and I'll show you the difference between the two for me. This is a Zen. This is the Raphael 8404. You see the shank on that? It's tight down here, and then it flares out, and then it goes. You know, for me, I'm not saying they're bad brushes because they're not, but for me, I want a perfect point all the way up, especially when you're doing details. This thing here, the minute I dip it into paint, I got to keep cleaning it and then working that tip. And you can see the difference right there in the two tips. 8404 Zem. So anyway, it's a good brush. But anybody that knows how I paint, I abuse the snot out of these things. So, except for these. You said bones. Bones. So, I'm going to sit down today, try to get some oil work done on this guy. I got a few other little projects I need to do off books, you know, if you know what I mean. I've got another commission for one of Jerry's warriors, Ajax, I believe it is. That'll be done after. I'll start that after Wonderfest. And then a few other little odds and ends here. Get some of my own work done for once, you know. I want to get this guy done because I want to do a Primark after this. Hopefully the Salamanders, Vulcan. And then I'll leave the world of Space Marines for a while and get into like, I don't know, that elf girl. That's going to be nice. That's going to be a memorial build for our friend Stan Codling, who had passed, he's the one that suggested that back in the day for us to do. The very first one we did. So we're going to honor him and paint that up in his honor. So as you see, there's once I set this with a matte varnish, I'm gonna go in with oils, you know, um, like a I don't know burnt sienna, real thin oil wash, and then I'll start weathering the bones. But before I do that, I'm gonna work on the purple here. So you got to have some of this color streak through, a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, and then some more other um, darker shades of purple into this. It's kind of looking blue on the camera, but it's purple. So, but yeah, um, you see that point? It's like a pencil, man. That's why I like these Raphaels. Um, to me, these 8404s are even better than the Series 7. I have the Series 7s. Um, I've had these 8404s I've had for years, and I take good care of them. You know, real good care of them because I paid a lot of money for them back in the day. And these are my babies. So yeah, we're working on again the Tyranid. And again, it doesn't look like much yet because there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. I'm just blocking all the colors in. The fun happens when I start with the oils. The washes, the oils, all that good stuff. So he's only he's good painting them. What are you talking about, Jerry? Excuse me. Oh, I want to show you guys something. Richard Whaling. Oh, let me reach over here. Grab this guy. Over at Castworks. This is a 3D printed on a 3D printer. He made this logo for me. He can make logos for you guys. He's got a few other designs that he's doing. I'll let him, whatever. But check that out. This is my logo. I've got this one. Well, let me reach over here. And I've got this one that I used on my business cards and stuff. My daughter made this one for me, and this one's on my business cards, and it's got the Q code on the card. So my daughter did this one for me, and I did this one, or I did. Richard over at Cashworks did this one for me. So I'm lagging, man. I see my what the heck? Yeah, I'm lagging pretty bad. Oh, me? I paint horror? It's never been a thing, Jerry, for me, but I'm getting used to painting it. I like doing it. The horror part of painting is you can get all messy with the painting. It doesn't have to be perfect. Well, it I shouldn't say that. For me, it's got to be good, but there's a lot you can do with it, with a skin tone and with your oils. I use a lot of oils, guys. The oils, you get in there with oils, all that good stuff. Yeah. You see that point? I love that point. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Let me give me a second here. Yeah, I'm lagging. Um Yeah, my computer's lagging. So let me close a few things down here. Maybe help it out there. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Look at that. Nothing like a good brush. I use this stuff right here. This is Liquitex. Um, where is it? Oh, and I cut it with 50% water or some. No, this was 25% water, 25 Liquitex matte medium, and that's what I have in here. I've got another one that's a little thinner and one that's a little thicker. It all depends. And then I got my Flow Aid my Liquitex Flow Aid. All right, so you see that? Working on that. I should do Pinhead. We have many pleasures to show you. No, I think I want to do I've been eyeballing it. Saul's Dracula or the London After Midnight, I think it's called. So, but yeah, the Dracula. My daughter, she's a big Dracula fan. So she's got the Nosferatu I did. Okay. You see, I got to be real careful. I don't want to have to go back in here and clean all this up again. So, like I said, once this is done, I'm gonna seal this, and first I'm gonna work on the purple up here. So let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments, guys. All right, there we go. Hey, cuz. Thanks, cousin. Yeah, yeah. Well, you got to have patience, especially when you're doing um like tight details, skin tones, stuff like that. There. I mean, you got to have some patience to do this kind of stuff because if you don't, you're not going to get good results. Just take your time. As you see me doing that, and there's some parts here that need to be done that I missed. So I'm just going to slowly work my way around. The hard part is getting up underneath here without hitting anything else, but not too bad. It should be all right. Notice I keep moving it to see. I don't want to have to keep coming back to the same spot. So let's do that. Come up here, blend it down. Just like that. I could finish the tank. What are you, crazy? Every time I think about working on that thing, I pull it out, Josh, and I get aggravated with it and I put it away. Every time. Let me see. Let me move this up closer here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going in here, going over that red that I knew I was going to have to do this, and I wasn't really particularly careful when I laid that red down because I knew I was going to have to go in here with a brush. So you see me jumping around. That's wet, so I'm going to come over here, clean this up. Just very carefully so I don't get too much on that red. Let's work that right down. And that's the kind of work you can do with something like that. Or, of course, a firecracker video as you blow it up. Yeah, really, in it. Nah. I've got something to store with that one. I might just send that to Lang. Let him finish it off so he can curse at me. All right. You see, just cleaning up and making sure that I can blend that bone. Just like that there. Then come to the other side. I'll jump up here again later. I want to get this down here done. So I just finished some of a couple of things for NY3D Creations. The alien chest burster from the movie Spaceballs. It's really cool, guys. It really is. And yogurt. May the Schwartz be with you. He's got some really cool stuff. He's got Barf. I forget, Star-Lord, I think it's Star-Lord, I think he's called. I wasn't a big fan of the movie at the time, but I went back and watched it, and I thought, pretty funny. I like Mel Brooks, so. So I got the bottom ones done. Now the top ones here, I'll start working on. Go in and now that this is air dried, I'll go in and I'll touch that up. And I'll do the same with all of them, like I did here on this side. It's not something I could have went in there. Well, I could have, but I wasn't about to do a lot of masking and stuff. And the older you get, your eyes start getting bad. So I'm not going to go in there and try to airbrush all this. So that's what these are for. Here comes the fun part. I got to get up underneath this thing. Without making a mess. Yeah, you forgive me if I'm holding my breath here. There we go. Yeah, see, I got to figure out a good angle to come at it with. Like right there. There we go. This one, that I just painted is probably the most difficult one because of the way the armor comes down. It's hard to get the brush up underneath it. But the rest of them should be okay. You still got to be careful when you're going in there because you got to go underneath that the scales. It's like that. Yeah, this is nerve-wracking because I don't want to. I mean, I could clean it because it's been sealed, but I don't want to have to go through all that nonsense. So I'll just take my time. Hard to get up underneath there. This is a great kit. It was printed for me by Mike over at NY3D Creations. I'll show you. There's there he is right there. He's huge. I mean, here's my hand. Here, let me tighten this up. Sorry. There he is right there. He's got the hammer, and then it's got the interchangeable heads. That's Titus without his helmet. Titus with the helmet. I kind of like it with the helmet, but I got both options there. So, there's the both options right there. It's a pretty good likeness of Titus. So let me put that back on there. I still got Mike printed up a chain for me here. And that goes on his right arm there, forearm. I still got to do that. There's a lot of work left. The arms are not glued down. The hammerhead's not glued down. And of course, you see on the desk here all the pieces for the Tyranids. Hey, Monica, what's going on, Moose? So yeah, man. What did I do with my brush? Here it is. So let me get back to this. I'm going to go in here, tighten that bone up on the side a little bit, right in here. We're going to do that. And there'll be a highlight on this bone, but I'm not going to highlight it until after I throw a wash on it. And then I'll just go in and highlight a little bit. So I got to get up underneath that scale there, or that plating. Just like that. There we go. I got to be real. I had 1 cup of coffee today. I had to go get my hair cut, and I figured I'm going to paint, so I better ease off on the coffee because I'm going to be doing some detail work, and I don't need the shakes, man, because I drink some strong fucking coffee, man. I got to keep moving to make sure that I don't get any paint where I don't want it. Like you see here. So what I do with that is, again, this guy right here, little makeup sponge brush thingies, majiggers. And you just go in and just clean that right off, just like that. And let me tighten that up. Tighten this one up. And we're almost done with these bones. Now, if you want to, I get asked this a lot, what brushes I use. Hey, look, you can use whatever you want. If it works for you, use it. I know, like James, he uses, he's got some good ones. James Wapple, but shit, he gets his brushes from most of them that you see when he works with his working. He'll use Hobby Lobby brushes, and they work fine for him. I've got tons of Hobby Lobby brushes I use all the time. But when I'm doing what you see me doing here, some detail, when I want a sharp, clean line, then my Porsches come out. These brushes don't see oil work, so I don't use them with oil work. And I guess that's why I've had them for so long. And that brush, that tip has been there consistent. As long as you take care of your brushes, doesn't matter what they are. Well, it does if you buy the super cheap Chinese ones, you're not going to get good points on them. But if you there are some I know, like my daughter, she picks up the stuff. She does nail art, and some of the ones that she uses are really good for what she does. I'll destroy those brushes in a heartbeat. But I have a couple of them that I use for like eyes and stuff. All right. Make sure now I go in and I'll smooth down the bone to make sure I don't have any brush strokes in it. A little water on that, thin it a little bit more. And the bone's done. For now, at least. Like I said, I'll just go back, touch a few things up here and there. Let me see. There's the head. I'll go in there. Now, the other thing I need to do before I lay a wash down, these horns need to be brightened up just a little bit. Like that. So we'll get that painted there. Bring them around here. Just like that. And I'll touch that up a little later once that dries. It's real thin, so I don't want to go in with real thick paint. See you later, Josh. I want to keep that line consistent. Just like that. There we go. I'll come back and do these two in a minute. I'll use whatever's on the brush for the teeth here. I still got to paint the inside of the mouth. That's going to be fun. There's a lot of good detail on this guy. Um, do, 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 do. Again, I'll go back in and clean that up. But I just want to, as I'm laying it, I'm adding texture. I don't know if you can see that. Nah. I'll come back to this other one. Just like that. And then I'll get the one on this chin right there. Once I put the wash on that, I'll blend that all in. Just like that. Put a couple of lines here. There we go. I'll fix that with oils, and I'll just start, like blend it into that top jaw. So all I'm doing right now is I'm trying to block all this in. See here, there's a lip across here, so I don't have to do it here. There's actually a lip there too. Let me clean that up. I just noticed it. All right, that's good. And then I just want, because I'm going to have a little bit of yellow in this. So I'll just add a little bit of bloop there. Like right there. Yeah, there we go. There. Pull that a little tighter there. There's one here. Just like that. All right. Tighten that one up, and there's his mug for now. I had to come in here with something a little lighter, like a fleshier tone. Across here, across the front, and then you got these folds here. I don't have to have it done. I'm going to leave this purple, and I'll come in with like magentas and greens and browns and all that icky colors. But yeah, there he is for now, guys. I'm going to take off. I just wanted to show you a little something there. What's happening on a Saturday here at Smaug's Lair. You guys have a great weekend. Next Friday, there'll be no hangout. We'll be in Wonderfest, but I'm going to try to hold on. Let me switch cameras. Give me a second here. Oh, where's my camera? Trying to switch the cameras here. There we go. Let me shut this off. Went and got my wig done today. Next week, next Friday, there'll be no hangout. But I'm gonna try to go live from a Wonderfest either Friday night, do a little quick live stream, or on Saturday. I might bring a laptop with me and a camera. We'll see. So we can do something, StreamYard from there, show you guys what's happening out there. But I will have updates, so again, let me show you. This is the different NY 3D Creations yogurt. He's available. NY 3D Creations is yogurt. You got the little guy there. May the Schwartz be with you. I don't want to grab the alien chest burster because if I do, he's not glued down. He's not glued to his base, and then you got the ketchup bottles and all that stuff. So that'll be a pain in the ass to try to move around. Not only that, I got most of the stuff in the box already. So, but yeah, I got to start figuring out how I'm going to pack everything for this trip down to Louisville. But yeah, you're going to have Jerry Fraid there. He's got all his Warrior stuff. He's got a new one, Ajax. Hang's model kits. He's going to be there. He's got all his real cool stuff there. He's more of a traditional casted stuff. Of course, NY3D Creations. You're going to have Joe Hudson there with some of his things. They'll be in room B with Mike and with NY3D Creations and with Just Painted, Jerry Fraid. But they're featuring them as artists there. So stop by and check them out. Saul Alvarez and Joe Hudson will be there. So anyway, I'm bringing some stuff for the show. From what I've seen, there's some really good painters there, so I don't know what I'm doing, but that's not the point. I just want to put my stuff there, let people show people what I'm doing. So I wasn't going to bring Danny Trejo, but I guess, in hindsight, I have to go on the website tonight and add one more entry. So I'm going to be taking I'm going to be taking 8 kits, or 8 figures. And one of them being Frazetta. So anyway, you guys have a great weekend, a great holiday weekend. My wife's birthday is coming up also. What's today? Today's the 24th. Her birthday's in 2 days. On Monday. So we're going to do something real nice for her. All right, guys. You guys have a good one. It's Gilbert. Peace. Leave the drama to the fucking queens. Enjoy the hobby, guys. Talk to you soon.